That's right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be for you there. We are gonna stretch everything out and loosen it all out today. So yesterday we did a lot of work around the sort of core hip region. So I just want to really work on loosening that stuff out. So initially I'm just gonna kind of settle my brain. I don't know about you guys, I've had a fucking manic morning. So I'm gonna pull up from here, let my shoulders fall down and back. So I'm leading from the solar plexus here, right? So I'm leading just from this part here. So I'm going to inhale, I'm going to expand that forward, opening my hands, thumbs back, chin is up, I look slightly up. And then when I exhale, collapse everything down. Backs of the hands together, round the shoulders, round the back, looking down. So I inhale in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Now I'm really going to try and completely exhale. So focus more on my inhale or my exhale than anything else. So breathe in. Now really drive out every bit of air. In and out. Lovely. We're going to body scan now. So I'm going to start off with my neck. I'm going to look left and right. We're looking for pain-free, full range of motion. So if you feel a little bit of tension, that's depending on the lifestyle. I can almost always have tension here. Now look up and down. Kind of roll ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, chin to chest. So I'm rolling forwards. Okay, and then I'm going to roll. I'm going to look over my right shoulder, look down, look over my left shoulder, and look down. So remember, the goal here is sort of exploration of the ranges of motion of the neck. Okay, see how your neck is doing, see how the muscles are going, try and loosen everything out. We want to fully lubricate the joints of the body, right? So the more that the joints are moved, the more the joints are lubricated, the healthier the joint can be. Also, we want to activate those muscles and we want to test for tension and find out what's going on in the body. So I'm going to do arm circles forwards. And any of you who've been on following this program know I tend to repeat this shit over and over and over again because this is all it is. Like it's, it's fundamentals. Without the fundamentals, the rest of it's bollocks. Okay, I'm going to open and close now. So I'm rotating my palms. So I'm thumb down, palm out, to thumb back, palm up. So I go. Twist your hands, Mick, the other way. That way, coming back. Feel the stretch here. Yeah. And then this way here, and you feel the stretch on the back. All the way over. So 1, 2. And see the way I'm like bouncing my chest with it. Oh. Yeah. And now you go. That's it. Lift your chin up a little bit so it's not pulling on the neck. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to wring out the T-tail. So I twist this one to twist that one. I twist that one to twist this one. So I go 1, wring it out, wring it out, wring it out. Now my head's going to go with the movement initially. So I'm looking where it's going. And then I'm going to switch the rhythm where my head goes against the twist. Okay, so I can feel from my shoulder up through my neck. I want to loosen that shit right out. Okay, and relax there. So we hold a lot of tension in the traps. I stress people. Okay, so we want to try and really try and loosen that out. Okay, so do that. So just breathing in, speed backing out. I don't spend a whole lot of time in the elbows if you need to. Wrist circles one way, wrist circles the other way. I'm just shaking it all out. Okay, for the fingers then, I'm going to do for the fingers and the wrists, I should say. Hands together here. I bring them down, and as soon as the palm heels separate, I come back up again. So I'm going all the way down. All the way down. As soon as they separate, come back up top again. Okay, and relax there. Just shake that out. I want to have a little look at wrists today as well. We'll come to that in a minute. So into the spine now. I'm going to reach, driving my hips forward. I'm reaching up and back, looking up, inhaling. Then I'm going to exhale. I'm going to reach to the front, reach to the middle, reach to the back. Touching the floor doesn't really matter. It's about you stretching relative to your body. So we talked about that the last day. Not stretching to the geometry of the room, not stretching to look a certain way, but to feel through the back line of the body. So inhale, coming up. Exhale as I sink. Last one. Yeah, from there side to side. So hands on the leg, staying in the plane. Okay. Now I'm going to throw the other hand over the top. So I'm rotating my hand, thumb forward, palm up, pushing this hip in the opposite direction and reaching. Okay. So when I do this, you can hear the tension in the voice at the end range. That's what you want, right? Get into that end range. Twists. So feet static, going as far as I possibly can. Feet are fixed position. All right, and then we're going to do our little power wave thing where I let the heel come up, let the heel come up. So one foot's planted, the other foot rotates, closes down the hips to the front. Okay, that's a nice twist in there. Lovely, hands on the hips, as far as you can to the front, as far as you can to the corner, as far as you can to the side, as far as you can to the corner, as far as you can to the back. Now, because of what was going on yesterday, we're going to do this a little bit longer today. So all the way around, we want this area nice and loosened before we get stuck into the floor work. And then change direction. All the way around. And then change direction. And change direction. Oops. Oh, big drop. Too far there. Lovely. Okay, feet together. Knee circles one way. Knee circles the other way. Standing on one foot, toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat 3 times. Roll it one way. Roll it the other way. And switch it over to the other foot. Toes down, toes back, foot back. Repeat 3 times. Roll it one way. And roll it the other way. Lovely. All right. Relax there. Shake it out for just a second. So we want to stretch into the butt, into the outside of the hips, okay? So I'm going to just reach up, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to try and like lock in my knees here, drop my hips back, okay? Now I'm just going to sink my upper body as much as I can, all right? But trying to keep the back of the knees straight there. Now I'm going to grab my legs as low down as I can, and I'm just going to start bouncing my head towards those straight knees. Okay, nice and easy. All right, I want to come out of that then. So to come out of that, I'm going to bend the knees, drop my arms down, lift my chin, lift my chest, and stand myself back up. The reason being is you're not used to having your head down there. You can't get a little bit of a blood issue. Down we go, right? Any dizziness, sit the fuck down. You get dizzy in training under any circumstances, but to floor. Okay, because at least if you go, you're not going to hurt yourself in the fall. You're sitting, okay? All right, so one more time. Locking the knees, hips back. Sink the upper body, grabbing the legs, and just bouncing the head towards those knees there. Keep the legs nice and straight. Okay, we're going to sit down on the floor. I'm going to give each gentleman a marker each, sir. We're going to sit down on the floor, spread our legs out. We're going to put the marker right between our legs like this. And not in a way that it'll roll. So you want to have it pointing away from you, okay? From there, with your fingertips, push the marker out as far as it'll go and then swim back. So you push, you don't necessarily need the marker, but it's handy to have a little visual aid. So go a little bit further, as far as you can. All right. On the floor. So keep going. That's all right, they're whiteboard ones. I can rub off. There we go. Okay, so you've got a visual aid now to where your end range is. All right? That's what we're looking for. Okay? From there, no, that's fine. Just keep going. Just keep going. You just want to get as close as you can. As close as you can is not as close as he can or as I can. Or, you know what I mean? Like we're all different, yeah? This is the really important thing, and I'm telling this to you and to you, right? The really fucking important thing with flexibility is it's not a comparison, it's not a competition, and it's not a visual thing. All right? How far you can stretch it is the feeling thing. And it changes day to day, depending on what exercise you've done, depending on injuries, blah, 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 blah. The whole host of reasons, right? Hydration is a factor. There's a whole ton of factors at play. So you've really got to stretch by feel. And I cannot stress this enough. It's a sensual process. You've got to stretch to feel, not to look, not to compare, but to feel. All right, so my right hand goes down my right leg. My left hand comes over my head and rotates the thumb forward, palm up, and I try and touch my right toes. Okay, then I switch to the other side. Now you'll notice that I can't touch my toes like this. I can touch my toes like this just fine. The goal is not to touch the toes, the goal is to stretch the back side here. Okay, lovely. From there, I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm going to bend my left foot, bend my left knee, put my left foot just on the thigh so that it's out of the way. It's not under my leg, it's out of the way. From here now, I'm going to pull my toes up towards my nose, dropping the back of my knee down into the floor. Hands start here, and we just walk our fingers. Okay? And where it's comfortable to you. So it might be knee, might be ankle, might be foot, might be over the top. Wherever it's comfortable to you is what counts. Now I'm going to inhale through my nose. And as I exhale, I'm going to let my chest sink until I feel a tension through the calf or through the hamstring. Once I feel the tension, that's the edge of my current range of motion right now. Just grab your leg and pull me rather than reaching for the foot. Just grab the leg. Okay, so bring your chest now. So it's toes to nose, chest to knee. But where's the tension? If you're going, you're going too fucking far, it's not going to work for you. Relax. All right? Find it gently. Far too many in martial arts and fitness. Oh, I'm going to be hardcore. Fuck that. Relax. There's times for that. This is not them. Relax. Okay, come out of that for a second. Just bend your knee, just bounce your knee up and down off the floor for a sec. Okay, and we're going to go in again. So, toes to nose, drop the back of the knee down, hands on the knee, walk your fingers down your leg as far as you comfortably can. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, bring your chest to your knee. Toes to nose, chest to knee. Find the tension, find the edge of it, relax. Okay. So the way I see this, I kind of see it like a tide going out on the beach, right? I don't want to jump in the deep end. I want to dip my toes in the water. And then if you dip your toes in the water, the tide's going out, it's going to move away from you. So then you can go a little bit further. So your breath controls the tide, basically. I don't know if that visualization helps you, but it helps me, so I'm sharing it, okay? You might see it differently, whatever. Switch it over to the other leg now. So right foot goes out of the way, left leg straight out, toes to nose, back of the knee to the ground, walking my fingers down my leg, grabbing as far down as I comfortably can, inhale through my nose, exhale through the mouth, sink the chest. Sinking the chest down there. Relax for a sec, just bounce through knee. Just bounce a few times, just pop a little bit of blood flow back in there and repeat. So toes up towards my nose, back of the knee down to the floor, hands walk down the leg, grab as far down as I comfortably can, inhale. And on the exhale, I bring my chest down towards my knee. If you found that the tension didn't release, you're going too far. That's all that's happening. You just need to dial it down a bit. Right, I'm going to lay down on my back. I'm going to point my right knee up at the roof. And I'm going to draw 3 really big circles with my right knee, as big a circle as I can. Okay, and then I'm going to draw 3 big circles back the other way. So I'm rolling my knee here, okay? Now from here, I'm going to grab my right knee with my left hand, and I'm going to pull my right knee across. If I can get it to the floor, I will. All the way across, okay? Then I'm going to settle back down again. Now this time, I'm going to keep my right hip down as I pull my right knee across to the left. But it's not necessarily straight across, okay? And it's not necessarily up towards the shoulder. It's somewhere in that quadrant. You will feel the tension across your butt where it needs to go. Now, this does not look like an impressive stretch. I don't give a shit what it looks like. What does it feel like across the side of your butt? Okay? Find where the tension is, and I want you to chill out there. And I want you to go in and out, like dip your toes in and out of the tension. Okay? So if you're like, oh, this is really hard work, too fucking far. If you're, oh, that's not happening, not far enough. Okay? Dip your toes in and out. A little bit of tension. And then hopefully, if you get the breathing right and it goes right, that tension should ease and it should give you another millimeter. And that's all this is. It's just a game of these little tiny little gives. Those little gives is one more muscle fiber relaxing. Okay. All right, just hold your knee up to your chest for a sec. Cuddle it, bouncing it in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay, then one more time, keeping the hip down, bring the knee across, find that tension. Go in and out of it, 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 until you, each time you're getting closer to where the edge is, find the edge and relax there, right on the edge of your comfort zone. Okay, you can drop that leg now. We're going to go to the other leg, so we're going to draw 3 really big circles one way, 2, and 3. Then we're going to draw 3 really big circles the other way, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to grab my left knee with my right hand and I'm going to bring it all the way over to the floor if I can. Okay, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to keep the hip down and I'm going to pull my left knee to the right. Like I say, somewhere in this quadrant. So I'm not going straight across to the right. I've found where the tension is for me right now, right this second. And I'm just going to sit down into that, try and settle into it. So what's really happening, you cannot stretch connective tissue, okay? If you could stretch connective tissue, you wouldn't be able to maintain our skeleton. So the connective tissue doesn't stretch. So what does stretch? Muscle fibers. But you can't teach muscle fibers to fuck off. The control mechanism for muscle fibers is your nerves, your motor neurons, your sensory neurons. We're asking those guys for permission to relax the muscle. Okay, once the muscle fibers relax, we get a little bit more range of motion. The more relaxed and the more springy they are, the more effective they are in that range of motion for short bursts and explosive bursts. Ultimately, that's what we want for falls, for catching ourselves, for, sudden whoops moments. Injury prevention, as it's commonly referred to. Lovely. All right, hug your knee to your chest. Okay, fit for life, that's your lot. Right. Fit to play, we're going to have a little look at our wrists. Don't jump up, whatever you do, take your time now, fellas. Get rid of those markers. So we're going to have a look at our wrists. So the basic concept with stretching, if you're a jiu-jitsu guy, pretty simple. It's a lock taken to the point off, right? So a stretch is just, we're going to take a lock. So if Dennis grabbed my fingers and cranked them on, right, that would be painful. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand out here. I'm going to catch my fingertips and I'm going to pull them in towards me. And I'm going to use my elbow now to control that stretch there. That's my stretch right now. Okay, now it doesn't matter what it looks like. What does it feel like? So once again, I'm finding the edge of tension and I'm going in and out of there. Yeah, so I'm not like cranking this. Okay, I'm just finding where the tension is. Okay, I'm going to shake that out. I repeat the same process the other side. So my palm of my hand is here, grabbing my fingers, holding it in, driving with my elbow, and that's what's going to give me that nice stretch on the inside. Okay, inside of the wrist. Square yourself off me. That's it. Just only worry about the part of your body that you're working on. It's like when you're putting the locks on and stuff, you don't bend over, you don't twist your torso, you keep upright. That's automatic. Okay, this time I'm going to do the exact opposite. So I'm putting my hand here, thumb is on my sternum, okay, fingertips pointing down. I put my hand on my knuckles, so the palm heel of my hand on my knuckles. I'm going to push my knuckles in and then I'm going to drop my elbow. So once again, the elbow, turn your other hand this way. Okay, that's it. Palm heel on the knuckles. Yeah. Now we go. Okay, I'm going to bring the elbows down. So I'm just dropping my elbow down. So it's just the opposite stretch. Where's the camera? There it is. There it is. The opposite stretch. Okay, and the same thing on the other side. So the thumb goes to the chest. Okay, palm heel on the knuckles. Drive the knuckles forward and then drop that elbow and you'll feel the stretch on the back there. Okay, and relax those. I don't like to do the finger or the tendon stretches for too long because you want to kind of go in and out of them. You don't want to like hold those stretches. Okay, from here now, I'm just going to start off with my hand here. I'm going to grab it and then pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. So it's kind of like a twisting stretch. Yeah. Pulling in, and the same on the other side. Thumb down, palm out, grabbing, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, and pulling in. And relax those out. I'm just trying to fix this position here, and the twist comes naturally. All right, yeah. So if I want to lock you, that's where we go. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. So that's what you're doing. You're putting a lock on yourself, but you're not doing it for pain reasons. You're doing it to loosen out the joints. So the purple belts in the club, they all have really nice shoulders, right? Because we shoulder crank them all the time. They get so used to it that their shoulders are all nice and loose, right? That's the ideology. But it's got to be done right. You get fucking idiot in there who thinks, oh, it's not hard enough. That's where people get broken. So you got to dial that shit down and get it tuned just right, where they're under control, but they're not at any risk. That's the tricky bit. That's a very fucking difficult line. And you got to kind of get used to a feel for people rather than the noises that they make. Okay, so we just need to go through the little karate NCT here to really loosen those hips out properly. So I'm going to go down. No, I'm not going to go down into Seiza. I apologize. I'm going to go down into Seiza properly where I actually think about what I'm doing. So I'm going to bend my right knee forward. I'm going to shift my left hip across. I'm going to shift my right hip across even. And I should be able to take the weight out of my left foot here. So there's no weight in this foot here, okay? All right, then I'm going to switch that. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So bend the knee forwards, straight forward now. It's not going to the side. It's not going in or out. It's going straight forward. The hip comes across, and I should be able to take weight out of the other foot. Okay? So we'll come back now. This time, bend the right knee, hip across, slide that foot back. I'm going to slowly lower that knee to tip the floor, and then it's going to come back up. And the same on the other side. Bend the knee, hip across, foot goes back, slowly and controlled. High five and end. We're not dumping our weight down on the floor. Okay, this time we're going to go all the way down to the floor. So I bend my right knee, push my hip across, foot comes back. I'm exaggerating for you. Okay, knee comes down, and I drop down into Seiza. So for Seiza, I'm going to put the tops of my feet on the floor. I'm going to sit right back down and in. There we go. I can feel my knee very, very resistant to that movement right now. So from here, I'm going to drop my weight back. So I drop my shoulders back, back. And then I'm going to go forwards. Hands here, driving my head through, bopping it there a little bit. Okay, and come back. Forwards. And last one, back. And forwards. From here now, I'm going to pull my hands in a little bit. I'm going to go onto all fours, activate my toes, lift my butt up really high, drive my heels down and back away from me. Right hand grabs left ankle, left hand grabs right ankle, and then we drop the hips, we pull the shoulders back, and look up. Okay, so stretch on the front. Now pull your shoulders down and back me. So you see from here, pull them back. Now reverse, right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Drop the shoulders. Oh, don't move your hands. Oh, I see what's happening. You keep moving your hands. Don't move your hands. Oh, that's it. Rewind. Back up. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Now leave your hands there. Now don't move them forward. Now drop your hips down and look up. And round your shoulders back. Lovely. Okay, nice and easy now. From here, I'm going to bring my right foot up to my right hand, and I'm going to drop the hip through. Just dropping my hip a little bit. Then I'm going to switch left foot to left hand, dropping the hip through. Okay, I'm going to rewind, knees down, back to Seiza. Okay, from Seiza now I want to stretch through the groin. So we started stretching the groin there, we're just going to finish out that. So from here, putting my foot here, I have to adjust my trousers like so to get a bit slack here. From here, now I'm going to drive that knee forwards, and then I'm going to sit back, toes to nose, straightening out that leg. So I'm going to go, this is number 2 now, and this is number 3. 1. Okay, I'm going to switch legs, sorry, not going to switch legs, I lied to you, lied at it. Hand on my knee, grab my ankle, pull heel up to my butt. Okay, driving my hip forward, and then I'll lift the lead hand. Sorry, okay. Stabilize and try and lift you here. Lovely. Okay, sitting back off of that. Repeating again. Firing through. Sit back off of that. Repeat it again. We're really going to try and drive my hip forward now. Lovely. Okay, switching sides. Same exact deal, all right? Bit of stretch through the groin. So I go forwards, and then I come back. Okay? Pulling my toes up to my nose, straightening out my leg on the way back. Coming forward, driving my hip. Back. And one more. Coming forward. And coming back. This time. And underneath for stability. Reach back, grabbing my ankle as best I can. Heel to my butt. And comes up, driving the hip. I sit back off of that. And I repeat. Through. Sitting back. One more. Coming through. And then sitting back. Okay, lovely. From here, I'm going to go up into a lunge position. I've got my left foot in front now, okay? First thing I'll do is I'll put my left knee as far forward as I can, and my right heel as far back as I can. So I'll try and maximize the distance between those two. Hopefully you'll feel some activation on that. First one then, the hands, let's close this to the foot. So I've got my left foot in front, so my left hand is going to come up, and my right foot is going to go flat. The outside of my foot goes flat to the floor, and I twist back, okay? Now from here, I'll try and do this slowly. Some people now have it, some don't. I rock forward, so the weight goes on the balls of both feet. I need to rotate my left foot so that it points that way, and I need to put my right heel on the ground. So now both of my feet are pointing this way. Now I'm going to turn my right foot so the toes point up, and I'm going to sit down on my left. Okay, it's the Cossack lunge. Now I come through. So I'm in a front lunge with my right foot in front. I push the knee forward and the left heel back. So my right knee is trying to go that way. My left heel is trying to go that way. I'm going to lift up my right hand as close to the foot. Rotate outside edge of the foot goes to the floor. Rotate back. Now I rock my weight onto the balls of both feet. Turning and putting the heels down. Left foot toes up. Okay? Through one more time. So I lunge, twist, and switch to Cossack. Through again, lunge, twist, switch to Cossack. Takes a little bit getting used to, guys, but once you're there, you're there. Lunge, twist, switch to Cossack. And that will do for us for today. Take her easy. Tomorrow, kettlebells. Bye.